Good morning to everyone. We're approaching this bye week after a tough game against Grambling. I felt going into that game, a lot of optimism, going against the conference champions, and we had a lot of hopes and expectations. And the first 7 minutes of the game kind of, swayed the game. If you take away those 7 minutes of three mistakes by three true freshmen, we're in a different ball game. Right now we're injury prone. We have about 6 freshmen straight out of high school playing since the game we had in Auburn, and we're just trying to, put together a new look and a new team with the new personnel that we have. With some of that personnel, these quite naturally young folks that we recruited, but the expectation of them playing this early, wasn't foreseen by them or myself. But the injury bug has, hit the program, and this is a much-needed week of rest as we rest and prepare to go into Alcorn next week.
Coach, 3 straight blowout losses. What's the morale of this team going into this bye week?
Well, this was a conference loss, and and the guys they see the some of the plays that they had that were success. You turn over the ball on the 1 yard line. You give up a touchdown on your punt return. You give up a touchdown offensively. So the morale is still there. Again, we still have to win the East to be able to go to the championship, and those things are still before us. But losing in the 3 games that we lost to high caliber talent and high caliber programs that Grambling just lost the national championship. And you're going into that game with 6 freshmen playing. So I don't think as a high school team in the country as well as in our conference can just roll your head out and beat the contenders for the national championship with your first chance out. So the guys they're realists about the what's happening, and we have a week to get healthy and prepare. So the morale is good. Guys showing up to work, coaches showing up to work. The excitement is still there around the program. So we're just moving forward.
What are your goals for this bye week?
To get healthy. I have to get healthy, and I have to identify a new list of players. They return the punt on you for a touchdown. Well, the new snapper that sets the punt return, that set the punt, he's a freshman. So because my long snapper got hurt at Auburn. Well, coach, the guys drop balls. Well, the 2 guys that dropped the 3 guys that dropped the balls are true freshmen out of high school. And, you gave up a sack. Well, the right tackle is the 3rd string right tackle who's straight out of high school. So we're in a position that last week we're going against a national champion team with high school freshmen, and that wasn't the plan. The plan was to go in with the team that we somehow got broke up on the way. So, this week will be a week of re-identifying guys to move the program forward. We can't. It's not like we're going to surrender. We're going to be fine, but we have to get guys healthy that can get healthy, and we have to find out what the guys we have can do.
Coach, minus practice, what are some plans as far as there's nutrition, of course, extra rehab, to get fellas back in shape and get their health back up?
Well, we'll do the rehab, and we had the massage therapy people come in and help with the bruises and things of that nature. But when you talking about the kind of injuries we have, you talking about knees and ACLs and shoulders and things of that nature. That's a little bit more than rehab. You're talking about screws and bolts.
How much do you feel that your team is riding off a high of that Tuskegee win? Because traditionally Alabama State, if we beat Tuskegee, we beat A&M. That's a successful season for us. So how much do you feel this team is riding off a high of that Tuskegee win?
No, it's not. It really has nothing to do with Tuskegee, because if you lose, then you say, well, we lost to Tuskegee, so now we lost the last 3. It's the caliber of talent we playing. And as I said in the spring, we're playing champions the first 6 games, and you playing Auburn, who, and then you're going in and play Kennesaw, who went to the quarterfinals of their round. Then you come in and play Grambling, who's national champions. And we were subpar last year. So you're not going to wake up all this, not Cinderella. You're not going to wake up all of a sudden and now you're the champion. I mean, you have to. It's process. It's a process, and we'll continue to work the process.
Is there a perfect week for a bye week? When you looked at the schedule, did you look at this week and say, we feel like that's going to be a much needed week in that whole run?
Going into the season, we were like looking at the bye week, saying, "Hey, man, we want to come out of this bye week if we can, if we're able to come out of this with a first conference win against Grambling, and we got the nucleus of the team there. We're getting well. We're moving to Alcorn. Now we're going into the conference week. Let's get healthy. We got to get new personnel in place, and let's revisit what we're doing offense, defense, and special team to fit this new team of guys that we have. If you want to, as I tell people all the time, if you want to see what happened to the team, what's going on with the team, look at the guys that we had making plays up to halftime of Grambling. They're not around anymore. Those guys are, in the tub or in situations where they're either having surgeries or rehab. Now we're coming out with a whole new, fresh. Even sometimes the announcer called a guy who we used to have in the jersey. That's how fast it is in 4 games.
I know you want your older players, your starters back out on the field, but what point in the season do you say you start looking forward to the future and I'm going to get these young guys these reps and these who I'm going to ride with, I'm going to ride it out with these players?
See, the thing about it, our season isn't over. We hadn't lost 1 game in the East. And my focus is to Alcorn. It's not to next year. It's not worried about what we don't have. The bye week is giving me a chance that, to create a team and find out what they do good. And then I have 2 weeks to get them ready for a game, and they'll be ready.
Talking about your injuries, Coach, and coming up, are the injuries a factor where you're going to have to continue to find players to play in those positions, or will those players be back at some point during the season?
I mean, just from what we met on, the ones that are gone are gone. So right now we're identifying new guys in those positions.
You do get to stay at home this weekend, obviously, with a bye week, then right back on the road to Alcorn. Just jumping ahead to next week, what do you see in the Braves program?
Again, runner up to the conference champions. They play hard. We're going there to play them on their homecoming, and they play hard back, as we said, back on the reservation. They play extremely hard back there, and they picked them 1 and picked us 2 in the East. And we know it's going to be a competition where we have to go in there and go in hostile territory again and win a football game. And it's very hard to win on the road. And then when you're going against teams with a little tradition and have some program success, you got to really go in and make your plays. So we have to identify guys this week and next week that can go in and match the effort that they're going to receive as they arrive down there.
Are there any key players from Alcorn that you all are scouting to kind of?
No, well, this week I've been looking at looking at Alabama State.
Okay.
I've peeped over at Alcorn just to see what they're doing. They play Southern this week, and we'll really get at it at the end of the week. But when you're identifying players, I can't get them ready for Alcorn until I get them ready for Alabama State. So right now I've been looking at all the film from practice and everything that we've done thus far, so I can identify new personnel. I have to identify 3 new receivers. I have to identify, my long snapper, my corner. So I'm in the process of rebuilding the team midstream.